The beauty of India is that it's amazingly diverse from one region to another. Its art, its culture, food, language, everything varies, yet the country lives in harmony. As the famous British actor Ralph Fiennes phrased, and if you don't know who that is the guy who played Gandhi in the movie Gandhi, peace is not unity in similarity, but unity in diversity. There is strength in the differences between us. So very true. Tying in with arts and culture, our next speaker, a Cleveland City Councilman of Ward 3, is an active in arts community and recognizes the importance of fostering a strong arts and cultural scene across Cleveland. He has sponsored legislation to promote this attribute in the city of Cleveland. An 18-year veteran of the Cleveland City Council, Mr. Joe Cimperman is highly regarded by his peers for his work ethic and ability to build meaningful bridges to tackle important issues relevant to Ward 3, which is one of the most diverse wards in the city. And this ward includes the neighborhoods of St. Clair, Superior, Tremont, Ohio City, Duck Island, Old Brooklyn, the Flats, and downtown Cleveland. In the spring of 2016, Mr. Cimperman is leaving his current position to begin his new role as the president of Global Cleveland, a nonprofit agency aimed at attracting diverse people from around the world to live and work in the Cleveland area. So very appropriate with our theme of solidarity and diversity. As City Council President Kevin Kelly stated, there is no one bigger with a bigger heart for the less fortunate in our community than Joe Cimperman. Joe's energy, passion, and grassroots work has consistently brought about positive changes in our city during his 18 years as a member of City Council. Tonight, it's my pleasure and honor to extend a warm welcome to Councilman Joe Cimperman.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. To Chairman Jane, to President Sujata Lake Barnard, to Mayor Decker, and to one of our phenomenal board members of Global Cleveland, Radhika Reddy, and to all the outstanding performers. Truly, a big round of applause for all those wonderful leaders. It is excellent to be with you here tonight. I also want to extend to you a very personal and heartfelt thanks on behalf of my daughter, who very much wanted to come tonight but wasn't feeling well, because whenever we drive through the cultural gardens, which is very often, she doesn't seem to want to slow down when we go past my parents' cultural garden of Slovenia or her mother's cultural gardens of Ireland or Russia, but we always have to nearly stop our car when we come across the statue of Gandhi. So I want to thank you on behalf of her for creating such a beautiful place. And she keeps asking me, Daddy, when are we going to go to India? So I will have to ask you all for your advice on when we should go. I also would like to extend greetings on behalf of someone who I grew very close to at City Council, who actually started out as an intern in our office and became one of our directors until he left to work for the Department of State, and he got into the Foreign Service, and he has the distinct honor now of living in New Delhi, where he works for the Embassy of the United States to India. His name is Brian Gallo, and when I told him I was coming tonight, he wanted me to wish you all well and tells you that it's a lot warmer right now in New Delhi than it is here. I come to you tonight as somebody who is making a change that is not unlike so many people in this room have made in terms of leaving something that you know to go to something that you don't. In the culture that I'm privileged to come from in Slovenia, there is an ancient story in the 13th century of when the Dukes of Carinthia came together and decided to form a pact where they, with the king and the people who were being led, decided that they would become a place that was for the people and by the people. I bring that up because democracy is as old as the earth and as present as the water that we drink, but achieving it is not. And tonight, as we celebrate a most amazing 67th anniversary, it is so interesting that what we are celebrating is the foundation of the Constitution as much as we celebrate freedom. Because in truth, whether it was the freedom of the people of India, or the people of Slovenia, where my family comes from, or the people of these great United States, freedom isn't something that any one culture or group of people own. It is who we are as human beings, of what we strive for. What is uniquely Indian tonight is the Constitution and the country that that Constitution holds together, that continues to be a shining light, yes, to even the United States, of what it means to embrace, celebrate, and not just tolerate diversity, but to understand it is that diversity that actually makes your nation such a place with very few equals in this world. Truly. I am grateful to you for many things. I am grateful to you for your language as someone who studied language in school, as someone who is learning to appreciate ever more of this incredible culture, your ancient history, your relevant art, your entrepreneurial spirit. But there's a man who taught me at John Carroll, who was my sociology professor, who probably instilled in my heart more than any other what it means for him to have been somebody who came from India to the United States, and what he meant for that to mean for me. His name was Dr. Verghese Charai. He was an amazing professor. And what he taught me before he retired were so many things. And I often tell my children, one of my favorite sayings that Dr. Triath used to say to me, when as a young, idealistic John Carroll student, I would pound my fist and talk about how could our world be so broken. And he would always say, in his wonderful way of speaking to me, Joseph, always remember that that finger that you point at your fellow man is only extended beyond the three that are pointing right back at your own heart. So I want to thank this community in Cleveland. I want to thank you for everything you do. That while we look abroad and we look at all the wonderful places that are all over this world, we only need to look right back into ourselves to realize the greatness of India, the greatness of the United States, the greatness of your culture. It is such an incredible honor to be with you here tonight. All the best and congratulations on the 67th anniversary.